I've now finished recording Home, written by Sam May, performed and recorded in the Pembridge College studio. I'll just go through video by video of what I've done and how I've achieved certain sounds. Start off with the drums in this one. On the kick drum I've got an EQ and this Eddie Kramer plugin I've found. The EQ, a boost from 0 to 80 Hz, a shelf on that. Just to basically, I've given this frequency to the kick drum, so it's not competing with the bass. So I've made a scoop at 200 Hz of about 6 decibels. So there's room for the bass drum to sit in this portion of the spectrum, if you will. I've also got a low pass filter because of the effect that the Eddie Kramer compressor plugin had. It seemed to accentuate a lot of the high end, so there was a lot of cymbal bleed, which wasn't there before. I'll show you what it sounds like with and without the EQ. I'll include the audio files because it's probably terrible on here. So just a lot more snare and hi-hat bleed coming through on the kick without the low pass on even. The snare, in terms of EQ, big old high pass on that up to 100 Hz. There's also a cut of 5 decibels at 380 Hz because I found that this is where the overtone of the snare was. So just cut it a little bit. It's still there a bit. It's a bit of body to it, but not too much. And then a nice boost at 750 Hz. Because this was a similar overtone, but I think it just sounded nicer and gave it a bit more weight. And then a big boost from 2.5 kHz upwards of 6 dB, just to add a bit more excitement to it. I also got the Eddie Kramer plugin on that. You can choose which drum, so that's on snare obviously. Overheads, Eddie Kramer plugin on that as well. I found this plugin worked really well for just livening up the sound of drums. So yeah, just stick it on overhead setting on that and I'll show you what that sounds like in an audio file. And in terms of the cassette we used that Lawrence brought in, I've completely got rid of it. It was nice hearing how it sounded, but I don't think it added anything to the overall mix in the end. So I've disbanded it for this particular mix.